What's going on, everybody? Pretender here, and today I'm going to be going over the kit and if you should summon for Ruan Mei, who is the next banner after Argenti. Ruan Mei is a Ice Harmony support character who is very insane. So I'm going to be going over her kit, her light cone, and some potential alternative light cones. Obviously, it might not be the complete optimal ones to do, but some options that seem good. Obviously, one of the best ones until she is out. And yeah, at the end, I will give my thoughts on if you should summon or not, and give a little summary. But yeah, so her basic skill pretty much is just a regular basic attack, deals damage, ice damage equal to 100% of Ruan Mei's attack to a single target enemy. And her skill alone is insane. After using a skill, Ruan Mei gains Overtone, lasting for 3 turns. This duration decreases by 1 at the start of Ruan Mei's turn. When Ruan Mei has Overtone, all allies' damage increases by 32%, and the weakness break efficiency increases by 50%. So you get an attack boost plus a weakness break efficiency boost, which just alone is broken. Just both of these together, like one or the other, both of them are insane. Put them together and it's broken. Obviously, it's gonna start at 16. Once you get it all the way up to 10, you get 32. I'm also not going to be talking about dupes much because obviously with dupes it'd be even higher. But I'm not going to be. I'll go over her dupes, but I won't really account for them for if you should summon, because not everyone can get an E6 Superimposition 5 Ruan Mei or send unit. It's very costly, so it's best to go for what most people will have, which is just the character and the light code. Maybe not even the light code, just the character. But yeah. So her ultimate will deploy a field that lasts for 2 turns, and then the duration of the field will decrease by 1 at the start of her turn. So while inside the field, all type res pen increases by 25%, and their attacks will apply a word I'm not going to try to say, rebloom to the enemy's hit. When these enemies attempt to recover from weakness break, the rebloom is triggered, which would extend the duration of their weakness break. Yes, it extends how long they are in weakness break, which is so stupid. AKA delaying their action, and the way it works is it will delay their action by an amount equal to 20% of Ruan Mei's break effect plus 10%, and will also deal break damage equal to 50% of Ruan Mei's ice break damage. And obviously, it's gonna be less when you're starting up. Let's get it at 10 up there. So the only thing is, you can't have it reapplied to the enemies until they're recovered from the weakness break. So if they're already weakness broken, you can't really. If they had it applied and they're weakness broken, you can't reapply it. You have to wait until they recover, and then you can do it again. So her talent is stupid on itself. So not only are you getting a damage buff and a weakness break efficiency buff and some support here with all type res pen, you are also getting speed increased by 10% for the team excluding Ruan Mei. And when allies break an enemy target's weakness, Ruan Mei deals to this enemy. Okay, it's interesting. Deals to this enemy. So we'll deal break damage equal to 120% of our ice break damage. And so yeah, when someone on your team breaks an enemy, Ruan Mei will also do 120% of her ice break damage. So that I do what you will with that iteration. The speed boost alone is insane, and now you're getting extra damage applied. So you could be running her alongside your hyper carries, such as like you could run her with Sailor, you can run her with Blade, you can run her with anyone. Honestly, it's crazy. And then her technique, which you guys, I assume you guys know what techniques are, but it's pretty much the technique you use outside of battle, going into battle. Little purple points. After using the technique, gains, not gonna try to say that, at the start of the next battle, start of the next battle automatically triggers the skill for 1 time without consuming skill points. So if you use the technique, you'll have the skill activate, or have it be active without needing to consume a skill point. And in Stimulating the Universe, when she has this active, The team actively attacking enemies will always be regarded as attacking their weakness to enter battle. So, you know when you hit an enemy and you can see the weaknesses they have on the right below like their like HP bar thing. When you hit them and it says like weakness, or I forgot what it exactly says, but like weakness, something like that, it would always be considered if you have the technique up. Sorry, did not mean to do that. If you have the technique up, it will always be regarding that. So even more insane. She wasn't already seeming broken, then here's even more. And this attack can reduce all enemies' toughness regardless of the weakness type. When breaking weakness, triggers weakness break effect corresponding to the attacker's type. For every blessing in possession, additionally increases the toughness, reducing damage of this attack by 100%. And after breaking an enemy target's weakness, additionally deals to the enemy target break damage equal to 100% of Ruan Mei's ice break damage. So, yeah, if you weren't already seeing, you get a good amount of support from the talent, the ult, and the skill together, make it pretty much enable the hell out of anyone you're using. Now the technique can do it, especially if you're in a stimulated universe, which is a lot of the time you spend most of your time just testing around, getting like your planar ornaments. Obviously, you can have a lot of fun with her in there. And here are her bonus abilities. In battle, for every 10% of Ruan Mei's break effect that exceeds 120%, her skill additionally increases allies' damage by 6%, up to a maximum of 36. So, not only are you getting the damage buff here, you can get an additional 36%, obviously exceeding, for every 10% exceeding 120% of her break damage. Her skill, or not break damage, break effect, her skill will additionally increase allies' damage by 6%, obviously maximum 36%. She just gives you so much damage. She gives you weakness break, efficiency, and she gives you speed. Like what? And her second one, Ruan Mei regenerates 5 energy at the start of her turn, so you can get her ult uptime for quicker, obviously, because you know, more energy. And her third one increases break effect by 20% for all allies. So if you thought she was done supporting your allies, no. Here's another one. Here's just 20% break effect for all your allies. Have fun. Yeah, so that's all that. Alright, so I'm not gonna talk too much about our dupes here because, again, obviously, gonna aim this for more of a E0S1 type should you summon, because that's obviously the most accessible. So our first one, while the ultimate field is deployed, the damage dealt by all allies ignores 20% of the target's defense, which is really good. You'll just be doing more damage. It's very simple. You'll just be doing more damage. Very, very good. Very effective. Second one, with Ruan Mei on the field, all allies increase their attack by 40% when dealing damage to enemies with weakness break. So if they're weakness break, boom, 40% more damage. Just like that. The fourth dupe, when an enemy's target's weakness is broken, Ruan Mei's break effect increases by 100% for 3 turns. And because you get that boost, and I'm pretty sure that will also tie towards this. So if you have that active, boom. There you go. You got this covered. Don't gotta worry about that. But that's if you have E4, which is obviously not, most people are not gonna have your E4. And then her E6, the big ender of all, extends the duration of the ultimate field by 1 turn, which is a pretty common thing. Usually if someone has a field, it would like extend thing by a turn, which is pretty frequent in this game. The talent's break damage multiply additionally increases by 200%. So if you remember the talent here, this portion right here is increased by a whopping 200%. Like, it's just, I don't understand what they were thinking when they made this character. She is in insane support. It's insane. All right, so that's her, and now we're gonna go over Lycon. So what a Lycon does is it increases the wears break effect by 60%. Well, there you go. That's a big portion covered right there. After the wearer uses her ultimate, increases all allies' damage by 24%, lasting for 3 turns. So you thought you get enough damage and support with break effect? Here's even more if you ever like on. Should the wearer's break effect exceed or equal 150%, 1 skill point will be recovered. So there's a free skill point for you. And at the start of each wave, immediately regenerates 10 energy for all allies. Effect of the same type cannot stack. So here's another 10 free energy. So yeah, her light cone is absolutely insane. Not just for her, but for other supports too. So if you, I'll just throw this in now, if you're gonna summon for Ruan Mei, definitely, 100%, 1000% recommend trying to get a light cone. Obviously not everyone will get it, and that's completely fine. Her as a character alone is insane. Like, you don't have to worry, you don't have to be like super depressed about missing out a bunch if you don't get a light cone. Her as a character alone as a support is just insane. She does so much on her own, so you don't gotta be super bummed. Obviously this light cone would help a lot, just like the same for having like a DPS light cone. There's obviously alternatives where you'll lose damage, but they're not completely unusable without the light cone. But with their signature light cone, they will be a lot better. So don't stress too much if you don't get it. Obviously, so some alternatives, I think, just off the top of my head, is obviously, but the battle isn't over, Brone's light cone. Very good because it gives you energy regeneration rate, so you can have her alt uptime. You can have her alt cycle back a little more. And obviously when you pop alt, you get a skill point back. When you pop it on an ally, which you will be doing. So, yeah, it would work. It would work. This effect can be triggered once or more after every 2 uses of the ultimate. So you can't do it every time. It's every second time, pretty much every other time. And the best part is, because you're going to use your skill a lot on Ruan Mei, the next ally taking action except the wearer deals 30% more damage for 1 turn when the wearer uses their skill. So, yeah, as I said, you can be using your skill a lot because, you know, hello, it's broken. So it would work a lot good. And a 4-star option that I just kind of chose because it seemed good, you get break effect, and since it's a 4-star, a lot of people might actually have it at super position 5, which I can't slide here, which 56% break effect. I'll still talk about our one, which is 28%, which is still fine. And when the wearer attacks, additionally, it regenerates 4 energy, so you can obviously cycle your all up more. So, and then at R5, or super position 5, you get 8 energy. And yeah, so it's a pretty solid 4-star option. I think there might be a better one, I'm not sure. Again, there's probably a better one than this. But yeah, obviously our best one is going to be a signature one because this one is absolutely insane. But as I said again, if you can't get it, it is what it is. She is still insane on her own. Alright, so final thoughts. Should you summon for her? I think you should not even consider skipping. You should definitely summon for her. There is no reason you should be skipping. Unless there's like you don't have that many chains and you really want to play it safe and you want to save and you can only get 1 character that's coming in the near future and just someone that's like your favorite character of all time. But even if there's a character you like a lot, I recommend getting Ruan Mei. Like, there's no possible reason, like that thing I just gave you is a scenario that's just made up. There's no possible reason I think that anyone should skip. She just, even without her light gun, she gives you so much support. She gives all your allies damage. She gives all your allies speed, and weakness break, and can apply stuff with her break effect. So you're gonna be constantly breaking enemies' weaknesses. You're gonna be doing a bunch of damage, and you're gonna be faster. What more could you want? You could run dream comps. You could be running like double hyper carry with her. You could be doing so much mix and match. It's gonna be so fun. I think she's gonna be an insanely fun unit. She might become one of my favorite units to use just because you can do so much with her and you can run a bunch of units together. I can't wait to try double hyper carry teams. And yeah, so again, my thoughts is I think you should 100% summon. you should not skip her at all. This is definitely a character that you should 100% summon for, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on Ruan Mei. Again, you should summon. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited for her? Are you going to be skipping here for someone else? Or are you just going to go all in? If you're going to go for dupes, all that, let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.